We are back with more My Southern Home, and I'm here with Angie Farmer with Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery. And thanks for joining us again today.
Thanks for having me, Kimberly.
So Angie, there's a lot of new things coming up when it comes to appliances.
Yep, so one of the items that we've got here is an induction and convection oven. It looks like electric on the top, which most people are familiar with. It's the hot. When you touch it, it's hot. Where the induction is different is it actually works on the pan. So the pan is the cooking vessel versus where on an electric top, it's the actual top that gets hot. So it boils faster, up to 40% faster than an electric cook does. And it also is safer. So a lot of times when you cook on an electric cooktop, when you pull that pan away, if you touch it, you could burn your skin. With the induction now, you could actually pull that pan away because it's heating the pan and you can touch it. So elderly, people with young family, they like having that because it is safer and it does give a more even cook on the top.
Angie, it's amazing the technology that comes with appliances now, because who would have imagined even 10 years ago being able to cook and not getting burned?
Yes, and it's really been growing in popularity because of the gas emission. There's several states now that you actually cannot get gas ranges because of the gas emission that comes. So the induction is going to be your next best thing to gas because of how it conducts with the pan. It's an immediate response. So again, the boiling water that I mentioned before, you can boil water 40% faster than you can on the other, and you get that immediate reaction. So for cooking, when you turn it down or turn it up, you're going to see that immediate response.
Because it's applying heat to the pan, does it cook the same way a gas would?
You're going to have more of an even cooking because the gas, you can get those hot spots because of how the flame goes, where you know, in the center or on the outside of the pan. So with the induction, the whole cooking vessel is getting heated. So it's a consistent even from the middle to the outside of the pan.
So it's really going to be a better experience for cooks or even novice cooks
Absolutely.
that are trying out new recipes.
Yes, and more now the professional cooks, where they used to prefer gas because they can see the flame so they can adjust it. They're now more and more moving to this induction cooking because of that immediate response and the flexibility of it.
And this has a convection oven too.
Yes.
So what does the word convection mean for people that don't really know what it is?
So a lot of people get nervous about the convection because they don't know what it is. So the simplest way to explain it is it's got a fan in the back. So if you think to when you're baking 3 trays of cookies, you're always having to open it up, spin them around, move the top to the bottom, and vice versa. So with a convection, that fan, you're getting that even cooking vessel. So the cookies, whether they're the top, the middle, the bottom, the outside, the inside, you don't need to flip those pans because the oven is going to cook them evenly for you. Where people get nervous is because of the cooking, because it's cooking so evenly and better. You just think of the rule 25 to 25. So you cook 25 degrees less and 25% less time. So say if you're baking cookies for 16 minutes at 375, you would take that down to 4 minutes off and you would reduce it by 25 degrees down to 350.
You know, Angie, it's so interesting having these conversations about appliances because I feel like that a lot of homeowners, when their stove goes out or their dishwasher goes out, their immediate thought is, well, I'm just going to go buy whatever, right? But they don't think about how their appliances aren't serving them and how their appliances could make their life easier if they just put more thought into what they were buying.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And one of the things too, speaking of easy cleaning, is something where a lot of people back on the induction, they would go for that electric just because they like that clean look. You don't have all the grates from the gas, but that safety feature, and it's really hard, you don't get that immediate response. Something you can do with induction just to show how safe it is, you can place paper towels between the pan and the induction top, and it will not burn or turn that paper towel on fire. So for example, if you're doing some fries or something that has a lot of splatter to it, you have that paper towel in between the pan and the cooking surface while you're cooking, and then when you're done, it catches all the grease and you throw it away and it's clean.
Angie, you guys have beautiful showrooms with very knowledgeable consultants. So if anyone has a question about the convection or the induction, they can come out and talk to you guys about it.
Absolutely. Every consultant we have in the showroom is knowledgeable in appliances and also plumbing and lighting. So a consumer should feel comfortable talking to anybody that they come into the showroom and meet. And they can talk about the features and benefits aside from design, because it's not just your standard stainless oven anymore. You can get some beautiful features and trends just like this oven here shows.
Well, and you guys were a one-stop shop for this homeowner because they purchased their faucets from Ferguson as well.
Yes, we can do plumbing, lighting, and appliances, which makes it nice, like you said, the one-stop shop. So you don't have to relearn a new sales consultant at every place you go. You can get comfortable with that person and they can learn your styles, your designs, your budgets, and they can fit it all into that. So they really become an extension of your project, and it becomes very personal. So it's nice to have that one person that you develop that relationship with.
And Angie, this particular line is La Cornue.
That's correct. It's a French company that comes straight from France. They have a couple different series and sizes you can get. This particular one here comes in about 6 different colors. It's the very trendy colors, and the more neutral ones, your stainless, your blacks, your whites, even some blues. You can pick the different metal finishes. This here we show in the very popular unlacquered brass, which used to be everybody was taking that out of their home. Now they want to put it back in. So you can pick those metals. This is a 43-inch, which is it's a French size. So people definitely need to be having new cabinets to put this double oven in, but they also make it in a standard 36.
Angie, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate your time and all the information you've given us.
Thanks for having me, Kimberly. It's been great.
We'll be back with more My Southern Home in just a moment.